Hello and welcome to Nakkaamo Travels, the series where I share with you my travel experiences and take you on treks, trails, camps and hikes. From national highways to no roads and off-roads. I am Jaineel Gosalia as Nakkaamo now Kamno, son of a doctor engineer, graduated as an engineer, a dug-dug rider turned photographer and now a nomadic traveler. For the time being, the host of the episode, A Day in the Dark Forest of Maharashtra, Andharban. Andhaar वन. On hearing the word Andhaar, डोक्यात रात्रीचं दृश्य बनत असेल, but let me tell you, तसं काहीही नाही. Let us get into the intricacies of Andhaar वन, or commonly known as Andharban. अब तक तो आपको समझ ही गया होगा that this word is a sandhi of two Marathi words, Andhar and Vana, which simply translates to dark forest. So yes, this is all about Andharban, the dark forest of Maharashtra. Stick till the end and you will have all the details of this forest, the trail, my experience and the prerequisites that you would need if you plan on visiting Andharban. I have divided this podcast into 3 phases. The first in which you will hear about Andharban. I will share my experience in the latter, and the last one being the what's in here for me phase. So let's begin. Andharban is a dark forest located near Pune. It is considered to be a dark forest because of its density. The foliage is so thick that the sunlight fights its way through the trees to reach the ground. Okay, don't expect something pitch black like the night sky, but yes, you'll feel yourself covered under the greens. The Andharban trek, being an easy enjoyable trail, starts from Independence Point or Peace Point near Pimpri Dam at a height of 2070 feet, which is approximately 200 floors. But don't worry, it's the engine who is going to do the work to bring you up here. And it ends at Bhira Dam near Patnas at a height equivalent to a sprint distance, 100 meters or 328 feet. You may have guessed it by now that this is a one-way descender trek. So all that you have to do is give in to the gravity. Now it's all about the day I spent in Andharban. I had done this trek in August, when the monsoon showers are at its peak, reaching the base village by 6 in the morning after a 4-hour-long journey from Mumbai, via Mumbai-Pune expressway till Khalapur toll, turning to State Highway 92 and then a left for Pali on State Highway 93, connected me to Saje, from where the village roads led me to the base village. There I had my breakfast and flagged off by 6:30. The initial trail was through the paddy fields till I entered the forest region, from where the trail heads northeastwards with Kundalika Valley to the left. Walking for 1.5 kilometers, I reached the Kundalika Valley viewpoint, which, if I can describe in words, is a place from where you can see the literal V of the valley. That ideal structure we made with clay in our school days. Now, taking a U-turn, which you can check on the trail map by Google Earth on nakkaamo.in/Andharban, I headed southwestwards towards the plateau region. But this is attained after the best part of the trek, the river crossing. Nothing extraordinary, but yes, something raw. I do not know why, but I was simply mesmerized by the waters throughout the trek. Waterfalls near and far, big and small, which I could count, but I rather made photographs. I clicked the waters like crazy, trying different perspectives, long expose and whatnot. There are 3 small rivers originating from waterfalls that need to be crossed in the trail. Now if the downpour has been scanty for the day, you can just walk through the waters, but if it is a heavy downpour, you'll possibly need a rope to be safe. The only reason why I personally advise you to not do this trek after the sun sets during monsoons. Now, this is the point from where the Andhaar in the Vana starts. Or more precisely, you start experiencing the darkness in the forest. Just the way we enter a tunnel when we drive, here it was like entering the Foliage Tunnel. As I made way through the bushes surrounding me and the trees above, from where I could not perceive the sky, I had a water splash facial. As the downpour was decent enough, the water resting on the leaves of the trees and the bushes fondled my face. After this enriching experience, I reached the flats. On the plateau, you can halt for a while, enjoy the scenic beauty of the waterfalls around, have some munchies and prepare for the rest of the trek. Giving my bum a little floor, I then continued further to find this amazing flower that I photographed. I tried hard to get its name, but all attempts in vain. I'm not explaining the flower, that would be too much for a podcast. You can check that out on Instagram @Nakkaamo. Continuing further, the walk was now on the cliff, with the Kundalika Valley following me to the left. I headed in the same general direction for about 7 kilometers till I reached Hirdi village, where I had refreshments and Maggie. Here I came to know that one can also find the Indian giant squirrel in this forest. Cool ना? अगं महाराष्ट्रात महाराष्ट्राच्या राजप्राणी नाही दिसेल तर मग कुठे दिसणार? आपण ज्याला शेकरू म्हणतात ना, तेच. किंवा zoologically Ratufa indica. And I don't intend to get into zoology. Hirdi was my major stop for the trek, simply because it is the turning point of the trek. Till now, the trek had been a mild ascent-descent type, but now it is a descent in the Kundalika Valley to reach the Bhira Dam Backwaters. This descent being the only reason I would not advise this to be the first trek for anyone in monsoons, because the rocks get too slippery and it is difficult to manage the footing. Though it was not my first trek, as I started negotiating the rocks just in the moment I heard, "Watch out!" a stone falls rolling. Now, according to the protocols that I have imbibed through the years of trekking, whenever you hear "watch out," all that you do is protect your head with your hands. Cause बाकी सब तो देखा जाएगा बॉस, पर अगर सर फूटा तो. Covering my head spontaneously, I lost balance and slipped. And the next second, I was lying on the rocks. Like literally on the rocks. Luckily, I did not hurt myself. I got up and then headed further to a point from where I could see the Plus Valley. Maths and terrains. Okay, let me explain. This is nothing but mountains structured in such a way that each mountain forms valleys with two of its neighboring mountains perpendicular to itself, which results in a common valley for the four and a plus sign in a bird's eye view. That's why the name Plus Valley. And this being the last scene for the day, after 3 and odd kilometers of a rocky descent which took around 4 hours, I reached the final water body of the trek, the river, in which you can have a dip and soak till all your tiredness vanishes. I got off my shoes, rolled up my pants and jumped into the waters. Sat on the tree trunk by the riverside. The waters caressed my feet, and as if it took away all the pain they had been bearing since dawn. After which is a plain walk to the Bhira Dam end point, and the end of this beautiful trek too, and also an end to my experience of Andharban. It may not be the best, but yes, it was definitely worth the while. Hold on! Now we come to the third phase, the what's in here for me phase. Before which, I would like to make a declaration that if I did it, you too can. So, look for a weekend, plan a trip and just bite the bullet. I assure you that you will feel like $1 million. So, If you plan to book with a trek organizer, nothing better than that. But if you're all by yourself, you can get here by road, bus or train very easily. But the only problem would be that Bhira Dam and Pimpri Dam are 37.5 kilometers apart. So you'll need some mode of travel to get back. Or what can be done is sacrificing the Plus Valley view, you can trek back from Hirde village. If you have more than a day, there are jaw-dropping attractions in the vicinity. Devkund, being one of the finest waterfalls in Maharashtra, can be visited. But pledge to yourself, no going under the fall, cause water from a height of 10 floors is fatal. Enjoy the view, feel the water splash on your face as you stand near the fall. Consider riding or driving the entire Tamhini Ghats, right from Male to Rawalje. I specifically chose this endpoint because here you can try your hands on paddling or raft in the rapids of Kundalika River, testing your endurance and having an ecstatic pleasure. I think this is more than enough for a weekend trip. I did experience rafting in Kundalika. So do consider subscribing and you will be on the top of the list to be notified when the Whitewater Rafting at Kundalika podcast is on air. That's it for the episode, guys. If you liked what you heard, shower some love by commenting in the voids below and do share it with your travel buddies. Thank you for sticking till the end. It means a lot to me. Spread love, respect nature, live better, and once again, I am Jaineel Gosalia as Nakkaamo, son of a doctor, engineer, a dug rider turned photographer, and now a nomadic traveler, signing off.